Have you ever felt an inexplicable pull towards a destiny greater than the ordinary? You are not alone. Across religious and spiritual texts, the concept of chosen ones emerges as a profound calling. Dolores Cannon's work further redefines this, exploring the cosmic significance of those selected to usher in a new era of spiritual awakening. This narrative isn't just ancient history, it's alive, pulsating through beings like you, here and now. In the chronicles of the most influential figures in history, few are more pivotal or enigmatic than Jesus of Nazareth. Yet a substantial chapter of his life, the years between ages 12 and 30, remains shrouded in mystery, absent from the Gospels, and leaving a void ripe for speculation and intrigue. You might wonder, why is this period, often called the hidden years, so significant? This gap in the narrative isn't just an omission, it is a canvas for the spiritual and intellectual development of a figure who would change the world. This phase of Jesus' life is crucial because it represents the transformation from youth to spiritual leader. These unrecorded years are believed by some scholars and spiritual explorers to be a time when Jesus traveled and studied far beyond the carpentry shop of his earthly father Joseph. In these years, hidden from the public eye, Jesus could have been forging the deep spiritual, philosophical, and practical foundations needed for his short but world-altering public ministry. Enter Joseph of Arimathea, a figure enigmatic yet central in the later parts of Jesus' life. Described in the Gospels as a wealthy man and a member of the Jewish council, yet one who did not consent to their decisions, Joseph is traditionally viewed as a secret follower of Jesus. However, beyond his biblical cameo during the crucifixion, apocryphal texts and various legends suggest a deeper role, that of a mentor and guide to the young Jesus during these hidden years. Joseph of Arimathea, with his resources and knowledge, possibly facilitated Jesus' travels across ancient lands, ranging from Egypt to India, imparting encounters with cultures, philosophies, and wisdom traditions. These experiences were essential in shaping Jesus, not merely as a messianic figure bound by traditional roles, but as a truly enlightened being, a chosen one, whose insights and teachings would reflect a diverse array of human thought and spirituality. The significance of these formative journeys cannot be overstated. If Jesus indeed traveled extensively, these experiences would have broadened his perspectives, deepened his compassion, and enhanced his understanding of universal truths through diverse lenses. Such experiences would have been crucial in developing the empathy, insight, and resilience needed to embrace and fulfill his complex role upon his return. The teachings of love, forgiveness, and unity that later defined his ministry could be seen as reflections of this enriched understanding, a synthesis of global spiritual insights distilled into a message potent enough to resonate across millennia. Moreover, these hidden years underscore a crucial message for you, that the period of preparation, often unnoticed by the world, is vital in one's journey to fulfill their destiny. Just as these unrecorded years were critical for Jesus to emerge as a leader, your own unseen struggles and silent preparations are what forge you into the person you are meant to become. The hidden years of Jesus invite you to reflect on the unseen chapters of your own life. Consider the quiet moments of learning, growth, and transformation that occur behind the scenes of your public successes and visible achievements. These phases of your life, though unnoticed by the world, are fundamental in shaping your character and destiny. Like Jesus, you are perhaps in your hidden years right now, being prepared for something greater, something profoundly impactful. Embrace these periods of quiet growth and exploration as essential to your story, for they are preparing you to step into your role as a chosen one in your own right. And remember, the power of your impact on the world may well depend on the depth and richness of your own hidden years. The followers of Jesus found themselves thrust into the vortex of their ultimate test. This period was not merely a chapter of survival, it was a crucible for defining the mettle of the chosen ones. You, grappling with your trials, can draw parallels with these steadfast souls, whose faith and fates were intertwined with the divine legacy of their leader. Their story is not just a tale of escape and endurance, but a profound lesson on the existential weight that every chosen one must bear. Post-crucifixion, the immediate aftermath for Jesus' disciples, was fraught with danger. The same powers that had conspired to nail Jesus to the cross now loomed over his followers, their shadows cast long and ominous. Yet amidst this looming threat, a series of miraculous escapes unfolded, each escape weaving the larger divine intervention and destiny. These were not mere strokes of luck, but the markings of a higher design, affirming their roles as chosen instruments of a celestial will. Just as the Red Sea had parted for Moses, so too did paths of salvation open for these followers. This phase of their journey symbolizes the perennial test of the chosen, to endure against seemingly insurmountable odds, with faith as their only shield. The significance of their survival extends beyond mere continuation of life. It is emblematic of the spiritual journey all chosen ones must undertake, a journey fraught with trials but also crowned with triumphs. Many legends, particularly those nurtured in the heart of medieval France, speak of Jesus' followers arriving on its shores, notably Mary Magdalene, who is said to have brought the Holy Grail to this land. Whether one subscribes to these legends or not, they underscore a fundamental truth about the path of the chosen. It is one of both exile and evangelism, of bearing the torch of enlightenment even into the shadowy recesses of the world. For you, standing in the light of these ancient tales, there is a powerful resonance. Your own trials, though perhaps not as stark, are no less significant in shaping your destiny. Each challenge you face, each moment of despair and overcoming, is a step in your own epic journey. Just as the disciples' trials sculpted them into heralds of a new faith, your personal adversities refine your spirit, preparing you to carry forward your own sacred missions, whatever they may be. The endurance of these early Christians in their journey to France symbolizes the broader narrative of all chosen ones. It speaks to the human capacity to carry forward through all manner of desolation, to preserve faith and purpose in the face of persecution, and to ultimately lay the foundations of new spiritual epochs. Their survival was not a mere act of resistance, but a testament to their transcendent purpose, mirroring how you, too, are called to rise above your circumstances and forge a legacy of light in times of darkness. The path of the chosen is never easy, nor is it meant to be. It is a path defined by trials as much as by triumphs. Just as the followers of Jesus navigated their post-crucifixion realities, so too must you navigate the complexities of your chosen path. Take each challenge as an opportunity to demonstrate your resolve and commitment to your higher calling. Let the stories of those ancient chosen ones inspire you to persevere, to remain steadfast in your faith and purpose, and to know that you are part of a continuum of light bearers, shaping not just your destiny, but the destiny of all those touched by your journey. Share your story, for it is not just your legacy, but a beacon for those who will follow in your footsteps. A remarkable manifestation of faith known as the Way emerges, and is rooted deeply in the earliest teachings of Jesus. This establishment is not merely a church, but a resurgence of the primal Christian doctrines, ones that speak directly to the heart, without the intercession of sprawling ecclesiastical hierarchy. Here, the Way stands as a bold contrast to traditional religious institutions that often entwine spirituality with hierarchical and bureaucratic overlays, challenging the entrenched notions of who is deemed a chosen one within the context of organized religion. The Way in Glastonbury represents a fundamental return to the essence of Jesus' teachings, focusing on love, direct communion with the divine, and personal spiritual responsibility. This approach inherently challenges the conventional structures of religious institutions, where clerical hierarchies often dictate the spiritual norms, and where the title of chosen one is reserved for a select few within sacred precincts. In the Way, every individual is seen as a chosen one, called to forge a direct relationship with the spiritual realm without intermediaries. This philosophy not only democratizes spirituality, but also revitalizes the personal agency in religious practice, suggesting that the divine spark resides in all, and not just the traditionally ordained. Further deepening this radical approach is the Way's decentralized model of leadership. Unlike conventional religious systems where authority is often concentrated in the hands of the few, the Way advocates a community-driven model. Leadership here is fluid and rotational, often shared or dispersed among community members, depending on their spiritual maturity and service. This model fosters a sense of communal ownership of the spiritual journey, encouraging an environment where leadership is a shared responsibility and not a hierarchical mandate. This decentralized approach aligns seamlessly with a broader, more inclusive definition of chosen ones. It posits that everyone has the potential to lead, to inspire, and to serve within their capacities. The concept dismantles the barriers between the clergy and the laity, promoting an idea that true spiritual leadership arises from service and understanding rather than authority and dogma. In the Way, each member is empowered to explore their spiritual path and to contribute to the community's growth, reflecting the original Christian community's ethos, which thrived on mutual support, love, and direct revelation from the divine. By adopting this model, the Way not only challenges but also transcends traditional religious frameworks, offering a fresh perspective on what it means to be a chosen one. It encourages followers to view themselves as active participants in the divine plan, each with unique gifts and a personal call to spiritual awakening and community service. This empowerment enables individuals to step into roles of informal leadership, where their daily interactions become acts of spiritual significance, transforming mundane activities into profound spiritual exchanges. The impact of such a model on individual and community life is profound. It nurtures a community where faith is lived and experienced collectively, and where the boundaries between the sacred and the secular blur, enabling a holistic spiritual life. The followers of the Way are thus not passive recipients of religious dogma, but active co-creators of their spiritual realities, each contributing to a dynamic, living faith. The Way in Glastonbury not only revisits the foundational Christian teachings, but also revolutionizes the concept of religious practice and leadership. It challenges you to rethink your role in the spiritual landscape, encouraging you to embrace your potential as a chosen one. This model invites you to participate actively in crafting a faith experience that is deeply personal yet expansively communal. As you contemplate your place within this transformative paradigm, consider how you, like the followers of the Way, might also contribute to a renewed and living faith, embodying the true essence of being a chosen one in every thought, action, and interaction. Overlooked by many, understood by few, Mary Magdalene's role as a disciple and confidant of Jesus redefines the contours of what it means to be a chosen one. Her story, often shrouded in mystery and marred by centuries of misinterpretation, illuminates a path of leadership that diverges sharply from traditional religious paradigms, challenging you to look beyond the surface and recognize the divine influence imbued within her teachings. Mary Magdalene, far from the misconstrued image of a penitent sinner, emerges as a pivotal figure in the early Christian community, embodying the essence of spiritual enlightenment and apostolic zeal. Her closeness to Jesus and her presence at both his crucifixion and resurrection place her in a unique position to carry forward his teachings of love, redemption, and spiritual intimacy. Her role underscores a broader, inclusive definition of chosen ones, not merely as followers, but as harbingers of faith and as pivotal anchors in the spread of the gospel. Her journey from the margins of scriptural narratives to the forefront of apostolic leadership challenges the conventional hierarchies that have long dominated religious thought, proposing instead a model where leadership is rooted in spiritual authenticity and transformative wisdom. Lazarus, reborn from the clutches of death, becomes more than a mere recipient of Christ's miracle. He is a living testimony to the power of faith and a symbol of resurrection that echoes beyond physical revival to spiritual awakening. His mission, though less documented, is believed to have included preaching and spreading the Christian faith, illustrating the diverse ways in which the chosen ones fulfill their callings. These figures, along with other lesser-known disciples, expand the definition of leadership within the spiritual and religious arenas. They exemplify that being a chosen one transcends formal ordination to encompass a deeper, more intrinsic calling to guide, teach, and inspire. Their lives and legacies suggest that leadership in its most profound form is about embodying the values and teachings one espouses, about living in such a way that one's life becomes a beacon for others. In this sense, each of these disciples reflects a facet of divine leadership, their actions and sacrifices forming the bedrock upon which later generations would build their faith. The inclusion of these diverse figures as chosen ones serves to democratize the concept of spiritual leadership. It opens up the sphere of the chosen to all who are willing to welcome the path of spiritual rigor and moral fortitude. This broader definition invites you to see yourself as a potential chosen one, tasked with the divine mission to lead in your capacity, be it in your community, your family, or within your circle of influence. The stories of Mary Magdalene, Lazarus, and others stand as testament that the divine call to leadership can manifest in myriad forms, and often in those least expected. You are invited to reconsider what it means to be a leader, a teacher, and a guide. Their lives challenge the traditional narratives of power and show that true spiritual authority is born from service, sacrifice, and an unwavering commitment to the divine truth. As you navigate your own spiritual journey, let the lives of these chosen ones inspire you to pursue a path of deep authenticity, to cultivate a leadership style that transcends conventional limits, and to act as a conduit for the divine in a world that yearns for true spiritual connection. Thus, as you consider your role in this divine drama, remember that leadership is not about elevation over others, but about raising others to their highest potential. The real measure of a chosen one is not the heights they reach, but the depths they are willing to explore to uplift humanity. Take this call with humility and courage, for in doing so, you step into the lineage of those who have turned their hidden light into a torch that guides generations. There arises a pivotal moment, a flash of revelation that one might indeed be among the chosen ones. This does not imply a selection for grandeur or prestige, but rather a deeper, more profound calling that beckons one to play a crucial role within their communities and personal growth narratives. The concept of being chosen is often shrouded in mysticism, yet it fundamentally represents a personal invitation to rise and fulfill a unique purpose, shaped by one's own life challenges and triumphs. Consider this: being chosen is less about divine favoritism and more about welcoming the tasks and trials placed before you with a spirit of courage and resilience. It is about recognizing that your journey through hardships has equipped you with unique insights and strengths, enabling you to contribute significantly to the world around you. Each challenge you overcome, each barrier you break, does not just refine your character, but also sets a cornerstone in the edifice of your community's growth. You are chosen every time you transform personal adversity into collective hope, every time your story inspires others to persevere, every time you act with compassion in the face of hardship. Moreover, the call to be a chosen one is not a summons heard in isolation. It is a charge to see oneself as part of a larger spiritual narrative that spans ages and epochs, weaving through the lives of past prophets, mystics, and sages. To be chosen is to step into a river of purpose that flows beyond individual ambitions into the vast ocean of collective good. It is to embody the teachings of compassion, resilience, and truth that have echoed down through millennia, demonstrated by figures like Jesus and his disciples, who served humanity with unyielding dedication. The diversity of roles within Jesus' circle of followers underscores the importance of inclusivity in spiritual practices. Just as the early disciples varied widely in background, skills, and missions, so too must modern spiritual communities cherish and cultivate diversity. Embracing varied perspectives and talents enriches the collective understanding and practice of spirituality, illustrating that being chosen manifests in myriad forms, each essential to the holistic function of the spiritual body. Furthermore, The teachings of thinkers like Dolores Cannon, who emphasize independent investigation and personal verification of spiritual truths, empower you to forge your own path in the spiritual landscape. This approach invites you to question, explore, and validate your beliefs through personal experience, encouraging a dynamic and authentic engagement with spirituality. It is through this personal exploration that you can make meaningful spiritual discoveries that resonate deeply with your individual essence, yet contribute profoundly to the broader spiritual dialogue. Finally, the legacy of spiritual exploration, as modeled by Jesus and his disciples, serves as a beacon for modern seekers. It encourages you to venture beyond traditional boundaries, to seek a personal connection with the divine that transcends prescribed doctrines and rituals. This legacy invites you to redefine what it means to be chosen, not as a status granted by external validation, but as a state of being that emerges from a sincere and earnest quest for truth. Consider the magnitude of what it means to be chosen. It is an invitation, a challenge, and a promise rolled into one, a call to rise above the mundane and touch the divine, to turn personal trials into universal triumphs. This is your invitation to engage deeply, act compassionately, and think independently, crafting a legacy of spirituality that is as personal as it is universal. Share your journey, accept your role as a chosen one, and inspire your community by living a life that echoes through the annals of spiritual history. As we conclude our journey through the enigmatic and profound narratives of Jesus and his closest followers, we gain a renewed understanding of what it means to be a chosen one. This concept, once cloaked in the solemnity of ancient scriptures, has been illuminated by the lives of those who walked alongside the Messiah, each embodying the virtues of leadership, compassion, and unwavering faith. You too are invited to see yourself within this sacred narrative, not as a distant admirer, but as an active participant in the continuing story of spiritual evolution. The lives of Mary Magdalene, Joseph of Arimathea, Lazarus, and others serve not only as testimonials of faith, but also as beacons that guide your own spiritual journey. Their experiences underscore a critical message. To be chosen is to accept a call to action, to rise above the mundane, and to contribute to a legacy of transformative spirituality. This calling demands courage, for it often means standing firm in the face of societal norms and embracing a path less trodden, a path that leads to profound personal and communal enlightenment. Now, the mantle is passed to you. How will you respond to the intricate dance of destiny and free will? Are you ready to take up the torch and illuminate your corner of the world with wisdom gleaned from both ancient teachings and personal revelations? The journey of the chosen is not predetermined. It is crafted by each decision, each act of kindness, each moment of introspection. Your role in this divine play is not fixed, but fluid, shaped by your actions and insights. Therefore, let us not end our dialogue here, but extend it beyond these words. Share your stories, your interpretations, and your experiences. How have the lives of these pivotal figures influenced your understanding of your spiritual mission? Engage in this ongoing exploration and let your voice add depth and richness to the evolving conversation about what it means to live as a chosen one in today's world. Step forward with the confidence of one who knows their worth and their capacity to effect change. Be bold in your spiritual quests, generous in your compassion, and unwavering in your pursuit of truth. For in doing so, you truly embody the spirit of the chosen, and your life becomes a testament to the power of faith and the transformative potential of living in accordance with divine will. Share your journey, inspire your community, and continue to redefine the boundaries of what it means to be chosen.